Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm a little under the weather. I'm getting sick. I don't know why. So today I look very crusty. Please bear with me. I'll try my best tomorrow to come looking a little bit more presentable, but y'all want story times, right? So it doesn't matter how I look. Before we start, I got two things to say. Okay, so we're going to call this series Irenes Rebellion. And this is the series about the time where like I just was a rebellious ass child. I didn't care what my mom was telling me. I wasn't trying to hear it. You feel me? Like everything she told me, I was not trying to hear it. Second disclaimer, not a disclaimer, but second thing I have to say before I start this story time is you guys were asking me about the liquid chlorophyll drops. And yes, this works. Now, it does not work. It doesn't really work against hyperpigmentation. It works to stop the flow of acne. Right now, I am using Curology. And when my skin clears up completely, I am going to do a video with my updated skincare routine. Because, like, I have done a video on that, but I've, like, switched up my skincare routine completely. So, well, not completely, but, like, a lot. So, I will be doing another video on that. This liquid chlorophyll works. You have to let it kick in for a good 2 weeks. You can't use it like for a week and be like, oh my God, I'm not seeing no results. Like you have to really you have to let it kick in. Within the second week, you should start seeing changes. Your skin, I do not get as much acne. I'm like acne prone. Like I get acne all the time. Like sometimes I will wake up and it will just be rashes just all sitting there. But ever since I started taking this, I don't get acne like that. Also, it does help you lose weight because it suppresses your hunger. And it makes you not hungry. Now, for my people who like to eat even when they're not hungry, this might not work for you because it's not going to help you lose weight by you taking it. It helps you lose weight because it makes you not hungry. It makes your stomach not hungry at all. It makes your stomach feel satisfied. But for the people who just like to eat, just to eat, which is me sometimes, you might struggle to lose weight because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, ever since I started taking these chlorophyll drops, I be forgetting about food. I be forgetting that I need to eat like that. And if I'm eating, I'm being greedy, like not on no funny shit, because with taking these drops, you're probably gonna want to eat once a day. That's it. As far as odor is concerned, I naturally do not have odor. My body naturally smells fresh 90% of the time. Now, I am a bigger girl, so if I do not wash down there, if I don't wash down there, I do exude odor. But I naturally don't really have I naturally have an odorless type of body. And if my vagina smells, that means like I have an infection or something. Or like I probably just came from the gym and it probably smells sweaty. But I usually do not have like odor. So I do not really know whether this works as far as odor is concerned. But I do know that this is really good. It does not taste like anything. It has a little tiny minty aftertaste when you like swallow everything. This is not a sponsored video. I put my sisters on. But yeah, we're gonna get started about the story time where I went to juvie. So, okay, so basically I was just, like I told you guys before, I was a very rebellious child. And I just thought that I knew everything. And I real life disliked my mother. Like, not on no funny shit. Like, I did not like my mom at all. Like, I didn't like her because I just felt like she was just trying to stop me from having fun. She didn't want me on social media. But I'm not going to lie to you. I had a Twitter. I had a Facebook. The only thing that I didn't have was MySpace. I for some reason did not have a MySpace. But I had a Twitter and I had a Facebook. And I don't know if you guys are, if you don't know this, you ain't old enough. But bitch, I had a Stardoll account. If you guys know what a Stardoll account is, then yeah, like I had it all. I didn't care. And we used to have like 2 computers in the house. So we had like we had two computers in the house. We had on one end of the house, it was an actual computer. And then on the other end of the house, it was a laptop. And my people used to use the computer. They used to use the laptop too, but low key, like the laptop was low key mine, like on the lowest keys. The only time that my parents would use the laptop would be when let's say my dad was on the computer, then my mom needed the computer, she'll just go use the laptop. but majority of the times I will be on there, and I'll be trying to act like I was on there, like on YouTube and stuff. And y'all know back then, y'all know that era back then, everybody was trying to figure out how to do the jerk and stuff. And you know, if you from Texas, everybody was watching jigging videos and stuff like that. So when they would be in the living room, I'll just be jigging. I'll be trying to learn how to jig and shit like that. And when they would go to their room, bitch, I would get on Twitter. Bitch, I would get on Facebook. I didn't care. But when they would come back up to that living room, I used to hear their footsteps. Bitch, I'll hurry up and click off. And I used to dismantle the account. Everything. Like, I used to dismantle that account. Everything. When they would go to the store, there would be times that my dad would go to the store, like to the gas station real quick to grab some stuff. I would get on the other computer and I would get on Twitter, and I'll be on Twitter. Like, I loved Twitter back then. That was like 5th, 6th grade. Love Twitter. And y'all, this is like Twitter era where you could say anything and get away with it. Like, and that's the reason why a lot of these celebrities be getting in trouble now when their tweets get pulled up, because back in the days, you could call somebody a faggy. You could call somebody a black bitch on Twitter. You could call somebody, so you could make jokes, say you take it in the ass, you're gay. You could say shit like that on Twitter. You could make fun of people's debts and nothing will happen to you. Like, nobody will, I mean, people will argue with you, but you wouldn't get canceled. Whereas today, if you make one wrong turn on social media, you're done, whether you're a celebrity or not. So I used to love Twitter. I used to be on that bitch scouting. I used to be on that bitch like looking, scheming, looking at tweets, laughing at tweets. And like the way my house was, the way the computer was set up, it was set up right in front of the windows to where you can see if somebody's coming inside the garage or leaving. So as soon as I would see that garage, because the way my old house was set up, you had to go through the garage to get to our front door. Like, you could not just come to our front door and knock. So as soon as I would see that garage come up, I would exit all the accounts, exit everything, exit, get away. I'll delete the history, everything. Then I'll just go to the couch and I'll just be sitting there watching TV. And my dad would come in and he'll be like, he couldn't tell like I was doing something because I was a bad child. And he'll be like, what were you doing when I was gone? And I'll be like, watching TV. And he'll be like, Now one day, the laptop stopped working. And I used to love this laptop. Like, I love this laptop. That was damn near my laptop. And that hoe just was not working. Like, it was running slow. It was glitching. It just was not fucking working. So we had to call an IT guy. And when we called him, the day that he was supposed to come, his ass ain't come. He didn't come. He ended up coming the next day. Now, when he came the next day, he took the laptop and, you know, he did diagnosis on the laptop and stuff. And I'm just happy that he's here. Like, in my head, I'm like, cool, he's going to fix the laptop. I'm going to start playing on the laptop again. It's going to be such a fun moment in my life. He gets the laptop and he's like, okay, I found the virus. And I'm thinking, ooh, what did he find? Like, I'm not thinking nothing of it because all I used to get on was Twitter and I used to get on Twitter, Stardoll, YouTube, and Facebook. That's it. Never went to like bad websites, so I was not worried about it. Because literally, y'all, I use that laptop more than anybody in that house. So like, if it was any viruses, 9 times out of 10, it was gonna come from me, not no one else. So I'm thinking like, what viruses did he find? He tell my son, somebody's using Facebook on this laptop and it's causing the computer to have viruses. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I remember this day so vividly. He was a Hispanic guy. Bitch, I wanted to tell him, get out. Get out the house. Get out the house now. Nobody in this house is using Facebook in Jesus' name. And so my mom, like, she literally just looked at me and she's like, who's using Facebook? And I couldn't blame my brother. I'm gonna say I was in 6th grade. How old are you in 6th grade, right? You're like, how old in 6th grade? Probably 11, right? Oh, I said well, he don't care. My brother was like, how old was my brother? I don't know, but he was a kid. Me and my brother are 6 years apart. So ain't no way I could blame him. My dad, he had a Facebook, but he didn't get on. And my mom did not have a Facebook. So at this point, I'm just like, she's like, so who's on Facebook? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, oh, don't worry. We can get into the history. We can get into the search engine and search it up. Bitch, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to punch that Mexican in the back of his head. Bitch, don't search nothing up. Go home. You found the diagnosis. Go home. So I'm like, hey, chill, bro. So I started saying, hey, chill, chill. My mom's like, no, search it up. Search it up. I'm like, so at this point, my mom and the guy, he starts searching it up and they pull up my profile. Now that's like the first time in my life where I knew that like deleting history was never really a deleting history moment. Like that's like the first time in my life where I knew. And so he's like, thank you so much, sir. And he ended up fixing the computer. He ended up fixing the laptop, and he said, but if I do keep on it wasn't the fact that I was getting on Facebook. I think I was clicking links on Facebook that was causing a virus. So he was saying, it's not the fact that she's on Facebook. It's the fact that she's clicking links on Facebook that is leading to cause a virus. Like people are spamming. So he was like, he was just telling me, just be careful when you click links on Facebook. And I was telling him, I don't get on Facebook. And he's just looking like, girl, we see your profile. Like you get on, like I have my face and everything. Like we see your profile type shit. So he leaves. And my mom's like, pull up that Facebook account now. And I'm like, mommy, I don't. She's like, pull up that Facebook account now. So I pull up my Facebook account, bro. My mom used to embarrass the hell out of me. Like she used to embarrass me so badly. She's going through my Facebook. She's reading my tweets. Mind you, she used to read my tweets out loud. Well, not my tweets, but she's reading my Facebook posts. She's like, I've had it bad day. And my mom has an accent, like a little East African accent. She's like, I've had a bad day. I need to go home. And then she looked at me. She's like, you are home, dumbass. And she's back with my shit. Then my mom tried to accuse me of being gay because my mom did not know how the fuck Facebook worked. But my mom don't know how social media work. So like when my friends would post, I'll be like, ooh, you so pretty, girl. Like, ooh, yes, bitch. Like, you know when your friends post, you hyping up your friends. Like, you're not gay though, but you hyping up your friends. Like, ooh, bitch, yes, you look sexy in that dress. Ooh, like, let's say your friend says, come get a taste. You're gonna reply, ooh, I really want a taste. Because these are your friends. She not reading it like that. She reading it like I really want to taste. So I'm hyping up my friends on Facebook and she's reading my comments out loud. And she's like, I'm like, and literally I'm just standing above her like this. And she's like, I'm like, what? She's like, you're gay. I'm like, when did I say I was gay? You're gay. You're saying, oh, you so sexy to the girl. And at this point, and my dad, bro, let me tell y'all something about my dad. My dad is an instigator. Like, I love my dad to death, but he likes to instigate my mom. He liked to instigate my mom back then. So when she said, you're gay, he's in the back like, oh my God, she's gay? And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Bro, tell me why my mom starts typing on the computer. I'm like, what the hell is this lady typing on my Facebook? Like, she starts typing on the computer and I'm trying to see what she's typing, but like, I'm not trying to get close because my mom, she used to beat the fuck out of me and she used to slap the fuck out of me when I was a kid because I was so bad. So I knew that if I put my face there, she would have slapped me. So I'm just trying to look, like I'm looking above her and shit. Tell me why she types, hello, this is Irene's mother. Irene is not in the right headspace to be on Facebook. Irene is incapable of being on Facebook. She's not a good child. She does not deserve to be on Facebook. Please, if y'all see Irene on Facebook, just I don't really remember everything, but she basically, it's like your parent getting on your Twitter and tweeting, I've seen such and such tweets, and such is not allowed to be on Facebook, and this is such and such parent, and da-da-da. Like, it's embarrassing as fuck. She literally posted on my Facebook page, and people started liking the message and started laughing under the fucking tab, like, and she was happy, like she was happy about it. And she was like, if I see you on, she basically said that she's gonna be checking my Facebook every week because she had my name at this point now. And she was like, if I see you on Facebook, I'm gonna slap you, like I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you. So I left Facebook alone for a while and I started getting back on Twitter. That's kind of like where I fell in love with Twitter. So I started getting on Twitter now. So now I'm on Twitter. I left Facebook alone because she would check in. Like, she would try to see if a post has been updated. And I would go to my, I'm not going to lie, I would still go on Facebook. But, like, I would go just to see, like, you know, just to see my friends' posts and stuff. And then I would click off. But I would try my best to hurry up and go on and click off. Because, like, you know, Facebook will be, like, active such and such minutes ago. And I remember one time I was active. And one of the niggas that I went to school with DM'd me and was like, girl, you better get off of Facebook before your mama whoop your ass. Y'all, I was so embarrassed. Like, I was so angry at my mom. I hated my mom back then. Like, I literally hated her. She used to go through everything. She used to go through my phones. She used to go through the laptops. She used to go through my social media accounts. She used to go through my room. She used to read my diary. Like, I hated my mom, bro. Like, I hated her. Like, not on no funny shit. I hated my mom. So at this point in time, I'm on Twitter now, and I end up getting in trouble at school. I'm not going to sit up here and make up a story because I really do not remember why I got in trouble at school. But I think it has something to do with, like, I was going back and forth with some girls. And while I got in trouble, the principal suggested that my mom should look at my Twitter. Because I'm guessing I was arguing with them on Twitter, and I'm guessing they snitched on me when we got to the office. And the principal suggested that my mom should look at my Twitter. And my mom's like, Twitter? And he's like, yeah, she has a Twitter account. And at this point, I'm like, damn, bitch, like, I can't win. I can't win. Like, I got off of Facebook. Now y'all motherfuckers is telling my mom about my Twitter. Like, I can't win in this house type shit. And when they said that I should get on my, that she should go check my Twitter, she came home. She came home. She didn't say nothing to me. All she did was she walked to the laptop and she said, pull up your Twitter. I'm like, no. I literally said no because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was talking shit about my mom on my Twitter, like talking mad shit. So she's like, pull up your Twitter now or get out of my house. And I'm like, what are you kicking me out? She's like, pull up your Twitter now or get out of my house. Like, you're going to get the hell out of my house if you don't want to pull up your Twitter. Pull up your Twitter right now. So I pulled up my Twitter. And my mom used to just read my tweets out loud. Like, oh my God, I am so tired of that. So she's reading all my tweets and stuff like that. And, oh my God. I'm not even going to say some of the tweets I had, but it's some tweets that I had that was so like, I tweeted some bad stuff. I can't cap. I tweeted some bad stuff on Twitter. And she was like so shocked. And I was talking shit about her. I was talking shit about my dad. I was even talking shit about my brother. Because me and my brother did not get along when we were younger. We get along now. That's my bro. But we did not get along when we were younger. I did not like my brother. And he damn sure did not like me. So I was tweeting shit about my dad. She was reading the tweets I lied to my dad. My dad was hitting me in the back of my damn head. She was reading and then I think there's something that I tweeted about her that really set her off. I think I tweeted something like, I hate my mom so much. Life will be better off without her. And I know some of y'all about to be like, bro, Irene, you was tripping. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I was tripping back then. I just hated my mom so much. And she hated me too. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. It's not like I hated my mom and she loved me. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. My mom loved me, but she disliked me. Like, of course, my mom loved me, but personal wise, she disliked the hell out of me. So when she seen that tweet, she was like, what do you mean life will be better off without me? What are you talking about? At this point now, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that they then went through my Twitter. And I was telling her, I was like, that's invasion of privacy. And she's like, invasion of privacy? And she went AWOL. She was like, I'm on your Twitter because the school told me to look at your Twitter. Are you dumb? Like, she was like, invasion of privacy. Like, she was going off on me. She was going off. My dad was screaming at me. My brother, he's sitting in the corner laughing because he didn't like me back then. So he's sitting in the corner like this. Who's calling? It's so funny. My mom's calling me. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. That was my mom. But yeah, so at this point in time. Oh, and by the way, me and my mom are like best friends now. Like, that's my best friend. And like, let's say that I said, oh, I have a crush on such and such and I like him so much. She'll be sitting there with her wine and she'll be watching TV. Mind you, she wouldn't even look at me. And she'll be looking at the TV and she'll be like, I have a crush on such and such. He's so cute. And I'm just looking like, what is she talking about? And then I remember, oh my God, that's what I wrote in my diary. So you're going through my diary. And I used to get so angry. I'd be like, why are you going through my diary? And she'd be like, who the fuck is such and such? You want to be a hoe? Like, she would go off on me. She'll whoop me like, I kind of know why she was strict, though. I was a bad child. So at this point in time, she's going off on me because she's seen that tweet. And I don't care. And so she asked me, she's like, is this how you really feel about me? She was like, do you really think that life would be better off if like me and you were not in the same space? I looked at her dead in my eyes and I said, yes. And when I said that life would be better off without my mom, y'all just put the context clues. Yeah, I don't even know how I'll be able to live without her nowadays, but I was just so over it. Yeah, I said yes. And I guess it hurt her feelings, and I feel so bad for this. To this day, she started crying, and she was just like, she was crying because she was so frustrated. She was like, I've done so much for you, and like, you're just such a ungrateful little bitch. She called me a bitch. She's like, you're an ungrateful little bitch. She started slapping me. It was a lot. We started going back and forth. My dad started yelling at me because, you know, I tweeted some shit about him. I didn't tweet nothing bad about him. I just tweeted my dad gets on my nerves. And he does. I love my dad, but he gets on my nerves. And so, yeah, like, it was bad. Like, it was just very, very, very bad in that house. And so my mom asked me again. She said, so you don't want me and you to be in the same proximity? I said, no. Like, she just got done whooping me, beating me and everything. And yeah, no, I don't want me and you to be in the same proximity. No. She said, cool. I'm signing away my rights tomorrow. Y'all, I'm young, so I don't know what that means at all. Like, I don't know what like signing away her rights mean. I thought she meant like I'm leaving this house. Like, and in all honesty, I wanted her to leave so my dad could raise me. So like, my dad, he's like, my dad is strict, but like he just talks. He's not about nothing. And if she left the house and my dad raised me, I would have ran over my dad. Like, and that's what my goal was. My goal was to run over my parents and do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, because like I told y'all before, I was a very rebellious kid. So I said, yes, you need to leave. Like, I deadass told her she needs to leave. She's like, oh, I'm signing away my rights tomorrow. And I'm just looking at her like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know what that means. And she's like, tomorrow, get ready at 6 a.m. You're going to juvie. Now, I didn't know what the first one meant, but bitch, I know what juvie is. And I'm looking like, juvie? And she's like, yeah. She's like, you don't know what signing away rights is? And I was like, no. She's like, you're going to juvie. Like, I'm signing away my rights to you as a parent. I'm no longer your parent. You don't like me. I don't like you. Like, she made it known. She said, you don't like me. I don't like you. She said, you can grow up in the juvenile system until you turn 18. And we could just do it like that. Like, it's that simple. And she walked away. Now, at this point, I'm like, wait. I didn't plan it to go like that, buddy. Come back here. Bring that ass here, boy. Bring that ass back here, boy. Like, I did not plan for it to go like that. So now I'm like, no. Y'all, I'm like, no, I was just kidding. No. And she's screaming, you don't like me. Like, she with an African accent, but she's like, you don't like me. I don't like you. I'm signing away my rights tomorrow. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, she's basically telling me, get the fuck out of my face. Like, get out of my face before I fight you. Like, she was so irritated with me. So the next morning comes and my dad wakes me up at 6 a.m. and he tells me to get ready. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to go. He's like, get ready. And my mom's like, better tell her to get ready or I'm going to kick her out this house. It's either or, she's not living here no more. Like, I don't want to be with her. So we get ready and I drive with my dad to the juvie place and she drives separately. Like, that's how much me and her did not like each other. And my dad's telling me in the car, I've been trying to convince her not to do this, but she said that she does not want you to be in the house no more. I'm going to try my best to convince her when we get to juvie, but like, she just does not want you to be in the house anymore. Like, she really does not like you at all. This time, I'm just talking to him and I'm just telling him, could you please convince her? Could you please convince her? Because I do not want to grow up in the juvenile system for the rest of my life. I mean, or until I turn 18. Like, please convince her. So we pull up to the juvenile. We pull up to juvie. And it was a white lady. And I guess the white lady knew my dad because my dad was a PO. Well, he wasn't a PO, but he was above PO. So he kind of knew everyone in the whole like county and stuff. And so she greets my dad and we go inside her office and she's talking to my mom. And literally I'm looking like this. I'm like this. And my mom's like this. And my dad like this. He don't know what to do. And so the lady like this. Fuck you smiling for, bitch. Ain't nothing happy about being here. So then she's like, yeah, so I do understand that you do want to sign away your rights. She's just telling my mom the process of how it goes, how my mom has to go to court, how when my mom signs away her rights, I guess like she can never try to come and take me back. As soon as she signs away her rights, I'm considered to be in the system. Like, she's just giving my mom the rundown. She gives me a tour of the place. She shows me like the cell block that I'm gonna be in. She gives me clothes to dress. She shows me the clothes that I'm gonna be in. She asks me for my size. She asks me for my size of shoes, for my slippers, and then she tells me she shows me the cell that I'm gonna be in, and she shows me the girl that I might be in the cell with because they shared the same cells in this juvenile system. She showed me the cell that I might be with. She was just giving me orientation basically. She was showing me she was basically just showing me the cafeteria area where all the girls would eat at and stuff. And it's so funny because around that time that we went, it was lunchtime and they were all just sitting there eating and they were staring at me. And I was just like, felt so uncomfortable, and they were just staring at me and I was staring right back. And the lady, she was like, yeah, this is where you're gonna end up because you couldn't get it right. She was like, a lot of these girls have shitty ass parents and they were doomed from the start. She said, but you, on the other hand, had very good parents and you decided to mess it up. Like, she did not care at all. So I'm like, and she's like, this is your cell. And y'all, that cell was so tiny. Like, I literally was like, that's not my cell in Jesus' name. Like, that cell was so tiny. It had one little small ass bed and then it had a toilet. And my mom's like, I want to sign away my rights. I don't care. She's like, I dead ass I don't want this girl to be around me no more. Like, she was so bad. At this point in time, my dad, he's like, really think about what you're doing. He's still trying to convince her. And she literally yelled at him, stop talking to me. Like, she yelled at him, stop talking to me. Like, I really don't care. Like, I really don't want this girl in my house. Like, I cannot deal with this girl at all. Like, stop talking to me. I'm not trying to convince her of nothing because, like I said, I didn't want us to go to juvenile, but I didn't like her at the same time. And I was just kind of like, look, I don't want to be in juvenile, but if you want to sign away your rights, I don't care either. Like, you know, like, I just was that type of child where, like, I just really was a rebellious child. And I did not care. Like, trust me, y'all, I did not want to be in the juvie system. But if it got to that level, the type of mindset I had back then, I did not care. Like, I just wanted to not that I wanted to ruin my life, but I wanted to do my own thing. And, like, I felt like she was in the way of it. So now we're here for hours and the lady ends up putting me in the cell because I guess because both of my parents could not agree, the lady said that, like, it would be very hard to go to court and try to sign away, like, rights because my dad didn't agree with it at all. Like, he just was not fucking with it. So they were talking for a bit. Guys, I was in that jail cell for hours and I literally felt like I was about to lose my mind. Like, my jail cell girl, she wasn't there. She wasn't there at the moment. But, like, I guess I think she was at lunch and she was hanging out with her other people. I was by myself and the door wasn't locked or nothing. But I just felt like I was gonna lose my mind. Like, I literally was just sitting on the bunk bed and I was sitting on a higher up bunk bed because she had the bottom one. And I was just like, why am I here? Like, why am I here? Like, am I that bad of a child that like, my mom wants to get rid of me? Like, am I that bad? Now, hours went by and the lady came to get me and I came back up to the front. And at this point in time, I don't see my mom. My mom is gone and I only see my dad and he's sitting like in the front area, you know. And so I come up to him and I'm like, so what's going on? And he's like, I convinced your mom not to sign away her rights, but you need to leave your mom alone. Like, he straight up told me straight up, he was like, you need to leave your mom alone. Like, you're on thin ice. That lady does not like you. Leave her the hell alone. Like, stop bothering her. Stop giving her a reason to dislike you more. Like, leave her alone type shit. And he basically told me, like, she will sign away those rights. Like, eventually she's gonna sign away those rights and they're gonna get rid of me. And he told me that he's beginning to get tired of me. And he said that when he gets to the level where he's really, really tired of me, he's gonna agree with her to sign away my rights. And I'm gonna go to juvie. And I'm just taking everything in. And I'm just like quiet. And I'm like, okay, so where did she go? And he was like, she left. Like, she left. And because my parents did not agree to like, you know, because my parents were not on the same page, that caused a big fight between them. Because my mom was really bad because my mom felt like my dad enabled me. And I'm not gonna lie, my dad low-key, he low-key did enable me. It's a lot of stuff that I got away with. And so my mom, I guess she was just beginning to get tired of him. Like, why do you keep enabling this girl type shit, you know? But yeah, that's the story time about the time that I went to juvie. Did I change? No. I think I was good for a good month, and then I reverted right back. Not even a month. I think I was good for probably a good 3 weeks, and then I reverted right back to the same old Irene, acting up, getting in trouble again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. And y'all, please pray that I get better, because I really feel like shit. I look like shit. Like, please pray tomorrow that I feel a little better. So when I come back tomorrow, I might do a wig install while I tell a story tomorrow. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.